My name is Jeffrey Concepcion, and today I would like to talk to you all about eating panda bears. I hate pandas. I think we should wipe them off the face of the planet, and we should just eat them all. No, all kidding aside, I actually think this is a good idea. There are way too many cows, pigs, and chickens on this planet. Why? Because humans keep them around because they're food for us. However, panda bears are being hunted to extinction because their only use is a resource on the black market. And other than that, there's really no financial incentive for keeping these animals alive. I feel as though turning endangered species into animals that we personally use as natural resources would create this financial incentive to help us keep them alive. I know for a fact that we have the methods and the technology to keep them around. For an example, the cost of cloning a cow is around $1,500. And we do have the technology, as we've seen in designer babies, to go in and play with genetics, to change the genetics in a way that reproduction would do so to create diversity within the population. Now, the US federal government and state governments spend around $16 billion towards preserving endangered species. This is in a recent report from the US Wildlife and Fish Service. The Department of Agriculture has spent $149 billion in farming subsidies. That is 149 times the amount we are spending towards keeping endangered species alive just for species and crops that we grow for food. If we could keep these animals on farms, I feel as though it would actually help bolster their populations to a point where they will be no longer endangered. Professor Wooten van Hoven, the director of the Center for Wildlife Management, in a recent talk about endangered species management, cited how a cousin of the alpaca, the vicuña, was hunted to near extinction in the 1950s and had a population of lower than 5,000 members. It was hunted because of its fine fleece. Some farmers in its native areas saw this as not only an opportunity to help save the environment, but a business opportunity. They began keeping these animals like they keep alpacas. They sheared them for their fleece, sold the fleece, and let the animals live, and so they could grow their fleece back and repeat the process. This species is now off the endangered species list because it was farmed, kept around, kept safe, fed and nurtured, and now it's back to where it used to be. Why can't we do this with other animals? Why can't we have manatees around? Because, hey, they're fatty, they're big, they're food, we can eat them, why not, right? It's simple. Now, there are approximately 1,900 pandas left in the world. 41 million cows were slaughtered last year for food. We obviously have animals in abundance. I don't know why we can't keep others around. Animals have evolved over time to be domesticated by humans, to be kept around because they realize this is a safe thing. When's the last time you saw a pack of wild poodles? How often do you see cows actually in the wild outside of a farm? Most people have problems with farming such animals because they think it's unnatural, that they need to be kept out in the wild in their natural habitat. But we can easily recreate that wherever we want. The panda's food, bamboo, is in abundance. It is actually overgrowing just because there is not enough pandas in the world and has been since spread to America and is actually a problem here. This is something we could easily fix. We could use it for food for these farmed animals. I don't see anyone complaining about not seeing a cow in the wild. I don't see why people should complain about not seeing pandas out in the wild. I personally would like to keep these animals in the world where we can see them, have them around, and do whatever we so please. Farming animals might seem a little inhumane, especially if you've seen the movie Food Inc. You see the harsh conditions that they've been raised under. You see how they're treated, what we do to them, the genetic modifications. But I think that not only putting endangered species into this can help the endangered species, but it can also help the mass production of animals problem. Because the environmental protection agencies and other wildlife conservation foundations would help see this and say, this is a problem, and actually take actual steps forward to stopping the abuse of animals in the farming system because of the presence of the endangered species. Now, I know you all think I might seem a little crazy, but then again, the Wright brothers thought they could fly, and hey, they pulled it off. So, I'd like you to think to yourself, is it really so wrong to keep a panda bear on a farm? We already did it with endangered alpacas, why can't we do it with them?